Hi everyone, I hope all of you are safe wherever you are. In my previous video, I had shared on what are the pre-flight preparations and things to do step by step. If you have missed my previous video, you can click on the top right button to go to that video. In this video, I would be sharing my experience on the date of departure at the Singapore airport to Thailand airport, all the way until I reached the quarantine hotel. I hope this would better prepare those who are going to travel to Thailand soon, during this COVID-19 situation. Without further delay, let's go. For non-Thai nationals departing from Singapore, once you reached airport, you proceed to the SIA check-in counter as what you would usually do. When you approach the check-in row, the ground staff will usher you to the check-in counter instead of the self-check-in kiosk, reason being that the staff are required to verify additional documents before issuing you the boarding pass. You are required to produce the following at the check-in counter: your passport, the certificate of entry issued by the Thai embassy, your pre-flight COVID-19 swab test certificate and your fit-to-fly certificate. Once all these documents are verified, you will then be allowed to proceed to check in your luggage, and finally your boarding pass will be issued to you. After you have completed your check-in, you may proceed to the departure gate and clear through custom as per normal. Activities within the transit area does not change much either. You can still move around and shop within the transit area. The differences you can feel instantly is the emptiness or quietness inside and everyone wearing mask and maintaining social distancing. So, you can genuinely enjoy the whole transit area experience without all the noisy group tourists, long queues at the duty-free shops, etc., etc. Just do not lose track of time and miss your flight. At the boarding gate, everyone must use an app to book your time slot to enter the boarding gate. I seriously question the objective of this app. Is it to regulate passengers entering the gate? Or to minimize gathering of passengers? If you look at the picture, it is not difficult to see that everyone is still standing close to one another. Noted that some people may say that everyone has cleared the pre-flight COVID swab test, but my take on this is that the swab test was taken 72 hours ago. Many things could happen in between. That is why we are still witnessing many cases of people tested positive while they are still under quarantine. So, we must ensure all precautionary measures are implemented at every process and cannot let our guards down. Remember the famous saying, assumption is the mother of all screw-up. As the boarding gate screening station in the picture serves passengers of two different boarding gates, one good practice I witnessed was that, when there are passengers transiting from other flight, the ground staff would clear those in the queue before allowing the transit passengers to enter the boarding gate. At least this prevent mingling between outgoing and transiting passengers. Another observation was that the ground staff at the Singapore airport were not adequately protected. They are only wearing mask. As mentioned earlier on, the people still being tested positive during quarantine and many asymptomatic people tested positive, I really hope the Singapore airport management would take a more serious attitude to protect their ground staff better than what is occurring now. You will see shortly what I witnessed over at Bangkok airport and you can judge for yourself. While on board the plane, protect yourself. Wear face shield, mask, long sleeve sweater with hood and cover yourself as much as possible. Sanitize your hands frequently. Better be safe than sorry. Noting that a lot of airlines claims that the air circulation and air quality within the cabin is better and safer than the air quality in any public open areas, but the fact of sitting near to any potentially high-risk person or persons within an enclosed area for nearly 3 hours just stress out any normal person mentally. If you really need to fly, then you must really practice all the recommended safety hygiene measures. Sanitize every time you touch any surface or object. In addition, prepare a few packets of cough drops. Offer to passengers sitting near you if they have persistent cough or itchy throat. Lesser they cough, lesser virus he will spread. During my flight, the passenger who sat 2 seats to my right coughed a few times before takeoff. I offered him a few coughs drop sweet, and after taking them he stopped coughing. Whether is it the effectiveness of the coughs drop sweet or he was simply embarrassed, at least I got him to stop coughing, that is most important. Upon disembarking from the airplane, we were ushered from station to station in a very well organized manner at the Bangkok airport. You can witness that the Thailand airport and government agencies are all very professional and serious about the management of arrival passengers as well as the welfare of their staff. Upon disembarking from the airplane, all are ushered towards the nearest travelator. At the end of the travelator, Thai nationals who opt to stay at the government quarantine facilities will be ushered to the left side of the travelator. Thai nationals and non-Thai nationals who are staying at alternate state quarantine hotels will be ushered to the right of the travelator. At this station, all passengers are to prepare the relevant documents for check by staff before we are ushered to the next station. Such check is to ensure the smooth processing and clearance at subsequent stations. Any amendments must be done here before you can proceed to the next station. Chairs were provided for passengers as this process could be lengthy to ensure a good start to the passenger's positive experience. This station is the verification of passengers' valid visa within the passport, certificate of entry, pre-flight COVID swab test as well as check for any unwell symptoms. To prevent long queue and gathering of people at this station, passengers will be ushered from the previous station only when the queue has been cleared. Several counters were set up here to shorten the waiting time. It took me less than 10 minutes to clear this station. This station is to identify which alternate state quarantine hotel you had booked. The staff would verify against their official list and also informed the staff outside at the arrival hall to prepare the vehicle to receive us. This verification process was very efficient. The entire process took less than 5 minutes and we were ushered to the next station. As we cannot take pictures at the custom area, so I apologize that I cannot show you the setup of this station. Basically, this stop comprises of clearing the Thai custom, and similar to the previous stations, the process was very efficient. Never had I cleared Thai immigration so quickly before. It took about 10 minutes to clear the immigration and proceeded to collect my luggage. Well done, Thailand. Once we are out from the transit area, airport staff at the arrival hall would verify with us again on which hotel we had booked and directly brought us to the vehicle at the waiting bay. They know exactly where the vehicle for different hotels are. Impressive, good job. Must give credit to all the airport staff. Despite the famous Bangkok heaty weather, you can see all staff put on PPE throughout the entire process. I must also mention that at the immigration counter, all equipment and surfaces are sanitized after clearing each person. To me it shows the serious and professional attitude of the Thailand authorities in management these processes, vis-a-vis what we saw over at Singapore airport. Now you understand why I mentioned earlier that the Singapore airport management could be taking everything too lightly, or is it arrogance or ignorance on their part? You can share your comments below, thanks. What I observed was, safe distancing was also enforced in the vehicle as well. There were only 2 passengers in the vehicle sending us to our quarantine hotel. Maybe one consideration that you should think about is whether the quarantine hotel that you choose, is it a big hotel or a mid-size hotel? Well, theoretically, if you book a hotel with 400 rooms, it is likely that more people may reserve a room with the hotel and you may end up sitting in a bus filled with more people. With more people staying at the same hotel, chances of cross-contamination via hotel staff or perhaps via the central air condition system would naturally be higher. My hypothesis may be wrong. You can share your opinions and comments below. Thanks. From the whole list of alternate state quarantine hotels, I went to their respective website to check them out. My selection criteria were: 1. Independent air condition system for each room. 2. No carpet flooring. 3. Reasonable room size. 4. Equipped with bathtub. 5. Relatively new hotel. 6. away from airport for quiet environment. 7. Mid-size hotel about 100 rooms, and 8. Good hotel reviews. Basically, the key focus is to select a hotel that minimizes the possibility of cross-contamination, either via central aircon system or carpets or population of hotel occupants. Anything else would be a bonus. What would be your criteria if you were to choose a quarantine hotel? Share your opinions below. Upon checking into your hotel, you are required to download 2 phone applications. First app to download is the Line app. The hotel will provide you their Line ID and you will have to search and add them to start communicating with the hotel staff. They would use this app to correspond on meal selection, ordering of snacks, inquiries, etc. The second app to download is the Cost app. You are required to log in with the username and password provided by the hotel. You are to use this app to submit your temperature reading, twice a day. I observed that you need to switch on your phone's GPS function to use this app, so I assume it also has tracking ability too. On the 5th day of quarantine, you will undergo the first COVID-19 swab test. You will be informed of your results on the next day. If your test result is negative, the hotel will issue you a red wristband. You will have to put on this wristband whenever you wish to go down to the poolside to get some vitamin D for your skin and get some fresh air. However, you will need to inform front desk prior to leaving your room. Due to COVID-19, all the hotel common facilities are closed, example like the pool, gym, massage center, and cafeteria. After staying at this quarantine hotel for 12 days, I am surprised that the menu did not repeat itself, even though there are 3 choices for each meal each day. Hotel does put in effort to ensure that we have new choices throughout our entire stay at their hotel. Well done, Q Hotel. Some might say that quantity does not equate to quality. Well, I must say that the quality of the food is good, very authentic Thai taste. The food serving is big as well. At times, you do not feel like eating, as you feel that you have not fully digested your previous meal. So, at times I will keep the salad or fruits in the fridge as snacks or supper. I do observe some SOP or practices that I cannot comprehend. Firstly, is why the quarantine period in Thailand is 16 days and 15 nights? Secondly, after the second swab test on the 11th day of quarantine turns out to be negative, why do I have to continue to stay until the 16th day? If anyone knows the rationale, do share please. Thank you to all for viewing my video, and I hope that this video would better prepare you mentally on what to expect once you reach Thailand. Hope you will have a safe flight. Please stay safe everyone. Please support by giving my video a thumbs up, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.